Assalamualaikum everyone. Leisure Leagues is back with another session to discuss football. We've been doing this series over the last few months to keep you updated, keep discussing football. As you know, the situation with coronavirus in Pakistan is getting worse, so we have to stay indoors, observe social distancing, and take all precautions. And in today's special episode to discuss football, we have a guest here with us who is from the United States, but he's a Brazilian, Romildo Sanches. He's a very experienced and licensed coach. He was a player with one of the biggest clubs in South America, Cruzeiro, as well. Romildo, thank you so much for joining here today and taking out the time to discuss football with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's a
Romildo,
pleasure.
a lot of people in Pakistan are familiar with your name as well. You came to Pakistan in 2017. But before we get to that, why don't you tell us a bit about your playing career with one of the biggest clubs in Brazil, Cruzeiro, and how did you, as a Brazilian, come to the United States and start coaching over there?
Sure. As you know, I'm from Brazil, a place called Belo Horizonte, southeast of Brazil. At Belo Horizonte, there are two huge clubs. One is Cruzeiro, where big names such as Ronaldo, Fenomeno, Rivaldo, Tostão, World Cup champions. They all came from Cruzeiro, and I had the privilege to play for Cruzeiro back in 1980s. Um, and in 1986, I was invited to play football in a place called East Providence, Rhode Island, here in the United States. So at the time, Brazil was going through a very hard time. It was going through a transition of military to democracy, and as a young man, I didn't see much future for me in Brazil. So I took the opportunity to come to the United States and play soccer here. Um, so I played for approximately 9 years before I moved to Florida, a place called Brandon, Florida, where I established a soccer program here called the Players Club of Tampa Bay, where we are affiliated with the United States Soccer Federation and also with the state of Florida, Florida Youth Soccer Association. So our job here in the United States is to develop talent for the United States soccer pool, if you will, for the national team. Yeah, it's been fantastic ever since.
Excellent, excellent. So the program that you mentioned, the Youth Club of Tampa Bay, what sort of program is that? Do you work with a specific age group, and how do you go about developing players?
Yes. Um, we establish we have a program for all kids, for every single all talent, if you will. We start at 4 years old, and we are for those that we identified as a potential talent. We funnel them to a competitive soccer program. The competitive soccer program, we train 3 times a week, and we play over the weekend against existed clubs. Um, the program that we follow is same as the Brazilian program. Is that we go into a lot of ball handling skills, a lot of a coordination exercise. We do have sand area where we exercise on a sand for tracking, stability, um, and we also futsal, indoor soccer, which is known to be one of the best tools for soccer development. So those are the programs that we have. We have the in-house development program, and we identified those kids who have the potential to play competitive, and we push them up to the competitive soccer program. So that's
Okay,
the
okay.
curriculum that we.
Okay, so when you moved back to the States in the 1980s, the US has seen a major revival of soccer in the country, as they call it soccer rather than football. There were leagues before the MLS, but when the MLS came along, it changed the landscape of football in the US. It was developed, players started growing up, and in the last 10, 15 years, football has really taken off in the US. As a coach, what reasons do you see behind that, the success of the MLS, and how do you think that's going to affect the US in the future? Are they going to be winning a World Cup in the next couple of years?
Um, you broke down a little bit. You asking me if how does the MLS is doing? Broke down a little bit. Can you please
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
ask
Let,
me
let me
again the
let me
question?
just repeat the question. I'm saying that how important has the MLS been in making football so popular in the US? And do you think that the United States will have a chance to win a World Cup in the future?
Yeah. Um, I don't know if you are aware of it, but the United States Soccer Federation, we had what we call DA, Develop Academy. Those clubs, such as my club, were member of the United States Soccer Academy. Our goal, our objective, was to develop players for the national pool. However, um, unfortunately, the United States Soccer Federation decided to end the division. So the MLS, Major League Soccer now is running the account. So they are now catching up with the world. Um, so for instance, all the 20 plus MLS teams, they now have their farm system, if you will. They have their amateurs who plays, and as they develop, and if they keep up development, they have an opportunity to go to play for the MLS. Um, about soccer in the United States, it's catching up to the world. For instance, before we used to go by the age group. We would go by a school system. So if I was born before July, he would be playing a year down. If they play after July, they would be playing a year up. Now we follow the federation, the FIFA recommendation, which is all the 2000s play with the 2000s. They go by year birth. Like 2001 plays with the 2001s, 2005 plays with the 2005, the age group. So we are now catching up with the world. Um,
Okay. Okay.
was that your question?
Yes, yes. That answers that
Did I
question.
answer your question?
Yes, definitely. Another question for you. Back in 2017, you had a chance to visit Pakistan. You came here as well. What did you make of the country's talent, and what do you think a country like Pakistan needs to do in order to improve its football team?
Okay. So can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, it's breaking up a bit, but I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, when it comes to Pakistan, is it's a process. I think by solving the issue with the federation is one of the things that I must do. I believe FIFA is not recognizing Pakistan as an association. I think I'm not 100% sure. Um, when my observation was there was the environment. Um, as you know, soccer, football is it's all mental strength. So a child or athlete, they can be very good technically. They can be very good tactically. However, in however, if they don't have done mentally, if they don't get focused in the end, it's not over until it's over. If they not very focused, I think that is the main issue that can cause a problem to a country to develop. Discipline. I know when I was in Liaris, there is very good talent in Liaris, a lot of good talent. But I'm not sure if Liaris, if the area is providing a environment where the kids can develop mentally, physically, and also technically. Um, uh, Once they stand there, uh, I think Pakistan will be in the map pretty soon.
Okay, great. Just last question for you. What are your plans for the future, and do you see yourself visiting Pakistan anytime soon?
Okay, say that again, please.
Yeah, I was saying that what are your plans for the future, and do you see yourself visiting Pakistan in the future?
I would love to. I had a lot of fun in Pakistan. I made a lot of good friends. In fact, I would like to say hello to my good friend Yunus Khan, who I got to meet, and we actually had a friendly match. He's a wonderful person, and if I may, I would like to say hello to him. He's a great person. And if he's, I'm not sure if he's listening to this or not, but the invitation is still standing. I would love him to come to the United States to and to Brazil to teach us cricket. Um, about my visit in Pakistan, I it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I met good people. And if I have the opportunity to go back, I would go in a heartbeat.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Romildo, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure talking to you about football. As always, stay safe, and we look forward to hearing you from you again in the future.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.